Thank you for the introduction, Randy. I'm really excited to be here with you guys this afternoon. Like Randy said, my name's Christian Smotherman, and I'm the founder and CEO of Growth Loop. And we're a new kind of marketing and design firm that helps small business owners like you build high-end websites and sales funnels. Okay. Now, I've been in the small business space for over a decade, and I've worked with every kind of business under the sun, and I've learned something significant. It's a pattern. Small businesses are all facing a universal, insidious challenge. And that challenge is this: they don't know how to grow. They don't know how to engineer predictability into their business. They're constantly chasing after clients instead of attracting them. And they're struggling to stay afloat because sales keep going up and down chaotically. So, what is this? What is this problem? I call it the cash flow epidemic. And a huge factor behind this epidemic is your website and your marketing. So, we're going to address this today and gain clarity on how a good website plus good sales funnel marketing can fix the cash flow problems in your business. Okay. So, we've got three main objectives today. We're going to learn what a sales funnel actually is and why it's superior to a website, how building a funnel can fix your marketing and turn around your business, and how to create what I call a story funnel, which is a funnel that invites your audience into their own story with you as their guide. Don't forget that. So let's actually start off with the story. I want to invite you into it. So everyone, I want you to imagine this, that you are the main character of the story that I'm about to tell. Now, you're driving down the highway and you see a store. It looks pretty interesting from afar. There's this big sign in front of the store that's promoting something and it grabs your attention for some reason, so you decide to check it out. So you pull off the road and into the parking lot of the store. The lot is empty. There's only one car there. And now they're pulling out of the parking lot and driving away. Curiosity takes over and you start to think, what is this odd place? So you walk up to it and you're looking around the front, but there's no way inside. You walk all the way around the building, but there are literally no doors. There are only windows. So you get up super duper close to peek inside, but the windows are tinted. So you squint your eyes to see if you can make out what's in there. And lo and behold, it's a jumbled up mess of stuff thrown all over the place. Disappointed, you head back to your car. You get back on the highway, feeling like you wasted your time. The truth is, that's how most people experience your website. So here's how it probably goes for 90% of you on this call. You rarely get any website visitors, but when you do, they've stumbled across your site for no rhyme or reason. Sometimes they get wowed by the graphics and images. Most of the time they don't. And almost 100% of the time, they leave your site never to return again. There was nothing on the site that captivated them. There was no story to keep them there. There was no reason for them to take any action or give you any information at all. So they just ended up bouncing, becoming nothing more than a passerby. The truth is, 90% of business owners don't have a website that makes them any money. Instead, they have a useless brochure collecting dust in some distant corner of the internet. For many of us, for most of us, our website is our least valuable sales channel. So let me ask you this question. What would happen if you could transform your website from a doorless mess of a store into your number one sales channel? What if your website became a beautiful and captivating and engaging storefront with doors into a story of transformation that visitors are excited to be a part of? And what if all this became a reliable, predictable, scalable vehicle to consistently generate leads and sales day after day, week after week, month after month? What if? Now, there's only one vehicle that does this, which is why we're all here today. And I'm going to teach you how to build it and how to transform your stagnant, static website into a profitable sales generator for your business in only 5 steps. Of course, it's a little more complicated than that, but we're going to make it as simple as possible. Okay. So here's the punchline. You're going to learn how to build your very first profitable story funnel. And when I say story funnel, I simply mean a sales funnel that invites your customers into their own story in which you are their guide. Do not forget that. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's jump into it. Now, I have a secret to tell you guys, and it's this. Every single one of you, yes, all of you, are already masters at funnels. You just don't know it. Now, how do I know? Because each of you have been on social media. And if you've been on social media, then there's no doubt that you've experienced going through a funnel. And I'm sure all of you are still receiving communications from the funnels that you're already happily a part of. So let's break down what a funnel actually is so you can visualize it and understand it. Okay, because there are a ton of different definitions out there, but we want to keep it simple. And quite simply, this is all a funnel is: a step-by-step process that your customers go through to access your products or services. That's it. It's the actual journey that you have designed for your customers to lead them from becoming aware of who you are to signing up to your email list to purchasing a service or a product. So if you've got a website, if you have a social media account for your business, if you're going to networking events, if you have anything that's doing marketing, you've got pieces of a sales funnel. Okay, you've got marketing channels, but you're not generating leads and revenue in a reliable, predictable way because you don't have a working sales funnel. Okay, and this is where sales funnel takes them from lead to awareness to authority to trust to conversion. Okay, so your marketing up to this point very likely has fallen into one of three approaches: what we like to call the spray and prayer, the interrupter, or the once in a blue mooner. So we're going to break down what each one of these are. And I want you to think in your head, which one am I? Because you're one of these and you might be multiple. Okay. The spray and prayer, what do? They use broad outreach tactics where they're just trying to capture anybody and anybody who's going to pay attention across their disorganized channels. So they're pretty much taking a shotgun approach that rarely works. Why? Because the messaging lacks consistency or clarity. The content lacks value, and they're constantly trying to sell instead of properly market their products and services and build relationships with their customers. So what happens is this: it comes off as unprofessional and annoying. People don't see your business as a value add, but more of a commodity, and therefore they choose a cheaper or what they perceive as a better option. The interrupter relies on bombarding people with useless messages, running ads that don't add any value, and are generally seen as a nuisance online to be ignored. Think of the person that DMs everybody with their free book, or the guy whose terrible YouTube ads keep running every time you try to watch a damn video. Lastly, the once in a blue mooner is where most of us fall. We post every once in a blue moon. So although we might get some attention when we create content or make a post, that attention isn't consistent. And here's the thing: winning businesses are businesses that learn how to generate attention, keep attention, and own attention. That's what funnel marketing is all about. So why are funnels superior? They're superior to any other marketing and sales mechanism because they give you leverage. They allow you to attract attention and visitors at scale with less inputs. They work because of, instead of applying traditional marketing methods, right, that are about selling in a disruptive manner, funnels attract visitors with value, keep them engaged with more value, and convert them with value propositions, mostly on autopilot. So, if funnels are so great, then why doesn't everyone have one? Why don't you have one? The answer to that question is super simple: because they're hard as fudge to build, right? Way harder to build than a website, right? So for a website, you just need to hire a web designer or use a platform like Squarespace or Wix to throw something up yourself. But funnels require engineering. They require you to think through them step by step so that you can create the right experience for your customers. They require you to understand how marketing and sales are related and how people make decisions to make purchases. Okay, so here's the kicker: your marketing needs a paradigm shift, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. So here's the shift that we're going to make today. Okay. This is what's wrong with your website. Your website causes you to take what we call an outward in approach. Okay. So what does this mean? It means we're focusing internally and then projecting it outward. So we're asking ourselves, what do we offer? What do I offer? How can I promote that? Right. So we're hoping this outward in messaging sticks. It doesn't stick. We don't have billions of dollars to force feed people messages. Now, funnel marketing takes a different approach, but this is subtle. So I want you guys to understand the nuance here. This is why this stuff is hard, right? So funnel marketing starts externally, right? We ask ourselves, who needs our solutions? What's frustrating these people? How can we clarify our value propositions into resonance and results? So we take an outside in approach. We are looking for answers. We're looking to understand our customers, and we're integrating that into our approach, right? This is how you create magnetic marketing that draws customers in. So that means a funnel is the result of taking time to empathize with your customers, understanding their problems and their psychology deeply, and framing solutions in a way that centers them. Good funnels create a step-by-step way to actually build a relationship with your customers by inviting them, again, into what? A story of their own in which you are a guide, a story that they want to be a part of. So now it's time to break down the five steps to building your very own story funnel. Okay. Now we've got a free toolkit for you guys to download. So if you'd like to follow along with that resource, you can access the free story funnel toolkit at growthloopx.com, www.growthloopx.com. It's a massive resource. It breaks things down. It's great. So take some time to pull that up. We'll also be going through it at the end. Okay. But let's jump into the story funnel formula, which is really going to help you guys frame your sales funnel. So a funnel can be built with only 5 simple components. It does not need to be complicated. If anyone's telling you that funnels need to be complicated, cancel them. Okay. They do not need to be complicated. The best businesses are simple. Okay. So this is what you got to do. The first thing you need to do is clarify your offer and your marketing message and write a thumb-stopping headline. Boom. The next piece is you want to outline your customer journey and lay out your landing page. Boom. Then you're going to create a lead magnet. Boom. A lead magnet is an asset that you're going to share with your customers that's going to bring value into their lives for free. It's going to attract them as a magnet. Boom. Then you're going to create a sales campaign in email. Okay. It's going to be automated. Boom. And then the last piece is your email nurture campaign. So for people who haven't bought from you, but they've accessed your lead magnet, you're going to nurture them with additional value and content. So value, value, value. That's what we're looking for with our story funnel form. Okay, so starting with step 1, and this is arguably the most important step because you got to spend time working on this, okay? This is all about clarifying your offer and your marketing and distilling that into a message, into a headline. So every good story, think about it. Every good story has a thumb-stopping headline that grabs your attention. So ask yourself, what is your headline? It should encapsulate your problem and how you solve it in a single sentence or two. Just like a news headline, we want to grab people's attention. Okay, so here's the frameworks that we use for a thumb-stopping headline. So check this one out, right? Struggling with problem. We are a 2-word brand that helps niche achieve outcome with solution and process, okay? So here's some examples. Are you struggling with interior design in your new home? We're home interior experts that help new homeowners design the perfect living space for their lifestyle and taste. Headline. And I'm not an interior designer. I literally just made this up and put it in here and use the framework. You guys can do better than this, okay? Are you struggling with your marketing small business? We're funnel experts that help stagnant small businesses engineer growth into their business with powerful sales funnel and executive coaching. Boom. What is your headline, right? So simple. Do you guys see how this is very clear copy? You can do it too. It's not that complicated, okay? So you want to figure out your headline and make note of that. Okay, so now step two. Okay, step one was important because your headline frames your offer, right? And if your headline frames your offer, then your headline frames your landing page because your landing page should be offer centric. Okay, so now I want you guys to understand that when you're creating a landing page, which is much different than a website or a home page, your landing page is focused on conversion. All right. So when you're thinking about your landing page, you want to be strategic about how it's framed. What's your offer? Are you a productized service that's selling a monthly subscription? Right? If so, then you need to clearly outline the problem, the value props, and showcase your prices on the website. Or maybe you're a high-end design agency that does custom quotes. Then you might not want to put your prices on your website unless you're mentioning that there's like a minimum starting point to work with you, right? Or maybe you're a high-ticket coach that's selling a program. Okay, so maybe you want your landing page to be a low-ticket monthly challenge that you sell, and then you upsell participants into your higher end service. Or maybe you're a product, right? That's the case, then you're really going to want to push user reviews, value propositions, visuals, etc. Okay, so you want to think strategically about what your offer is, how your message connects to that offer, and how to frame that on your landing page. Because this landing page, we want them on that page, no other page. We want them on that page. Okay. So your landing page should be around 9 to 12 sections. And this is the meatiest part of this workshop. So pay very close attention because this is really, really important. Okay. 9 to 12 sections. And each of these possible sections are in that story funnel toolkit. Okay. So here are the sections in order. The first section is your header. This is a place where you can have a CTA, a call to action for purchasing or booking a call, right? And you can even highlight your lead magnet. And we'll show you guys some examples and things in our demo after this, okay? But your header is at the very top of your landing page. The second piece is your hero. That's where you're going to turn that headline that we just talked about into a powerful website hero section that clearly articulates the ultimate outcome of your product or service for your customers, right? And remember this, your customers are the hero of the story. So this hero section is about them, okay? So hero sections typically have a headline and a subheadline, and you can go to any website, any business that's doing well, and you're going to find a really high quality, high converting, engaging hero. The third section is the problem section. So in this section, you're going to want to set the stage for the rest of the landing page. Human beings are emotional. So you've got to have a problem section right after that header and that hero for your customers to connect emotionally with their own challenges and to see that you understand those challenges, right? We want to inject them into their own story. And the only way you can do that is by framing what their challenges are, right? Like, think about this. In any story you've ever watched or any book you've ever read, right, the best stories have conflict, right? We're not just interested in following a hero having an amazing, happy day every single day when he wakes up out of bed and he's just skipping to his loo through the prairie. We don't care about that, right? What we care about is he's got to slay a dragon to get to the princess. He's got to overcome his fears and his enemies to achieve some grandiose goal. We're looking for something bigger than ourselves. That's why story funnels are so powerful. So your problem section is really an opportunity for you to alley-oop your offer, right? Because you're no longer selling, you're story selling by putting the customer at the center of the narrative and not yourself. Okay, now your value proposition section comes right after your problem section. And now it's time to tell the customer what the transformation is going to be and the components of it. Your value prop section should have a primary headline and then at least 3 main benefits of your product or service. Try to play on human psychology here. Remember, people only buy for a few reasons. They want to make more wealth, money. They want to save more time. They want to find more happiness, and they want to feel better. Okay, they want to have more better relationships, things like that, right? So how does your service, how do your benefits achieve this? And then after that, let's reinforce our value with reviews and testimonials. Let's show people that we're about that life. We can get results. We're not just making stuff up, right? We're serious about our business and the transformations that we promise. People want to see themselves in what you do, and reviews and testimonials are a great way to do that. Now, we can talk about ourselves a little bit, right? We've set up some framing, and now we've made it clear that this landing page isn't about us, it's about our customer. However, remember what I said at the beginning of this workshop, that you're inviting your customers into their own story in which you are the guide. Okay, so now we want to frame ourselves as that guide, as that mythical mentor, the person who's done it before, right? The best way to connect with our customers is to talk about our results and to talk about how we've been in their shoes, relate to them, relate to what they're experiencing, right? And use this to show that you're uniquely fit to help them solve their problems. And then it's time for your action plan, okay? Like, what's the point of all these value propositions and storytelling if we don't have a step-by-step plan to actually get there? People want to see the tangible, okay? Yes, you can speak to their hopes and their dreams and their desires and their challenges, but then we got to get to business, okay? So you want to ask yourself, how am I going to get my customer from point A to point Z? How can I break down my transformation into 3 or 4 simple steps without overwhelming my customer, while still giving them all the information they need to understand the process and how it benefits them? And then this is where things can get kind of fun. I like this section a lot. It's the manifesto section. This is where you get to write a detailed narrative around why you do what you do, how your company helps your target customers achieve their outcome, right? And this is going to allow you to actually have a nice chunk of quality text about your business that's going to fuel search engine optimization. And then you want to think about, well, they've gone through all of these sections. They've learned about everything I do. They know why we do it. Now it's time to show them how much it costs. Now it's time to start talking business. I've built a connection. I've built rapport. I've demonstrated value. I've told a story. Let's talk price. What's the entry fee into this transformation? And of course, people are going to have questions when they start looking at a dollar sign. That's when they see it's all good and dandy, right? Fine and dandy as they're going through the landing page and, oh, this sounds great. But once they get to pricing, if you put it on your page, that's when the questions are going to come, right? Now, of course, our job as service providers is to answer those questions and to make sure that our customers feel safe in terms of working with us, that they understand what it is that we do and how we do it. So any lingering questions or things that you might think you couldn't address on the page, spend some time answering those questions in your FAQ section, your frequently asked questions section. Take advantage of that space. And then lastly, right? And this is what is a little different about how we talk about funnels, because funnels, in our opinion, are not just about driving ads, right, to some landing page and then people watching a webinar or whatever it is, right, or watching a bunch of product videos and then they go to, right? It's even deeper than that, right? You can actually drive organic traffic to your landing page for free. Let me say it again. You can drive organic traffic to your landing page and generate sales for free. You don't need ads, right? And so what could you add to this landing page that could be a powerful organic attraction mechanism? A blog. A blog that's SEO optimized, where you are giving out tremendous amounts of value on a weekly basis, where you're getting clear on keywords and search queries of your customers, and you become a go-to resource for them to get those questions answered. And now all of this is leading back to where? Your offer, your landing page, your lead magnet, your funnel, okay? And at the bottom of that page, you can also reference that lead magnet again. Let's make sure that we use this digital real estate properly. Okay. So now, right, we just were talking about lead magnet. Step 3 is to create that lead magnet. Okay, so let's break down again what a lead magnet is. So a lead magnet is an asset, usually a digital asset, that you use to attract new leads into your funnel. In order for customers to access the asset, they have to provide you with their email. which enables you to own data and to communicate with them in the future. A good lead magnet is a value-driven mini offer. Now I'm going to get a little advanced here. Okay, a good lead magnet is a value-driven mini offer. Okay, MINI offer for your customers that you will turn right into a digital asset that they can easily access. Now, this mini offer should solve a big problem. So even though it's miniature, it should solve a big problem and it should be free, but it should be worth something. It should be worth money. Okay, that's the trick. Now, you don't need to make the whole lead magnet thing super complicated, right? The main thing you need to do is identify a problem that you can solve with a miniature solution. So here's some examples of lead magnets. If you have a 10-point checklist, right? Or a template for social media posts, an email series with tips, a downloadable PDF with a framework that you teach. It doesn't need to be long or excessive. It just needs to be valuable. One of my favorite lead magnets, which I think almost anybody, any business can benefit from having and owning, is an online quiz, right? That helps your customers identify and illuminate their challenges, maybe even identify where they are along some spectrum, right? And then see, okay, well, these are the steps that I probably need to take. So think about what your lead magnet is going to be and how you can use that lead magnet to bring transformation into your customers' lives for free and show them that you're really about that life. Okay. And now we want to talk about sales, right? So what's the most important part of our funnel? Is that it's a sales funnel. Yeah, we're calling it a story funnel, but at the end of the day, a story funnel is it's just a type of sales funnel, right? So the whole point of us doing this is to what? Find our people, find our ideal customers. Not everyone that comes to your website is an ideal customer. Not everyone that's interested in your product is going to purchase it. Right? But what we want to do is we want to create pathways for them to do so, for them to make the best decision and investment in themselves. And if you don't believe that your service, that your product and what it is that you have to offer to the marketplace is the best investment to help your customer, then you need to go back to the drawing board. Okay? Because I want everybody on this call to create something that they believe in. Okay? So you should not be selling something if you don't believe in it. Right? So with our sales campaign, right? What is this? What does it mean? Why is it time for this? Because we provided clear messaging on the website, right? So they know why they're here. They know what we have to offer. We've given them a lead magnet. We've given them value. So now it's our opportunity to provide them a opening to work with us, an opening to continue their story, to go to the next chapter, right? This is important. Because at the end of the day, oftentimes people don't make the best decisions for themselves. We like to think that they do. But sometimes we have to show them that now's the time to bet on yourself. Now's the time to invest in yourself. If you're ready for that, because there's a reason you were here, here's how to do it. Okay. So you only need 5 or 6 emails to do that. And in your story funnel kit, you're going to see exactly how to break that down. Okay. And then the final step, step 5. See how simple this is? If you've got that solid lead magnet, you launched your sales campaign, right? You've got people that are coming in your ecosystem. Not all of them are buying. Now what do? You nurture those people. You nurture that audience. And over time, you'll continue to convert sales, right? So think about this. Not everyone's going to immediately buy. Not everyone's going to immediately book a call. But wouldn't it benefit us to be top of mind for those customers, top of mind for those prospects, so that when it's time for them to make a decision, they remember your name, they remember your value, they remember your message, they remember your story, and they want to become a part of it. Okay. So think about how you can help your customer get to that next level. It's not all about making a sale, but what it's really about is selling your customers on themselves, showing them that their story matters, that you understand it, and that you're going to help them get to that next chapter. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know how to build your very own story funnel step by step. I know we only had 20 minutes, right? But you got all the steps. Now, of course, building it takes a lot of time, energy, and effort, but you got the blueprint, you got the toolkit. And if you want to learn more about us and how we can help you, then I encourage you to stay and ask questions, to check out the toolkit. But I'm going to take a moment for us to transition to Q&A.